All right, this is a point that I've been making, but I want to isolate this very point because it's very important. So the entire purpose of the altered endometrium caused by birth control drugs is to kill babies. There is literally no other reason for it. So that's the only point. When you see the FDA's own publication admit that there's an altered endometrial lining there, why would there be an altered endometrium? Well, that is where the baby will die. That is literally the point. There's no other point to have an altered endometrium, right? These drugs that cause the altered endometrium, right? That the only reason that they would cause the altered endometrium is because that's where the baby will die, right? Well, they don't have a baby. I mean, that's the whole point of the birth control pill, is it? No, they are lying to the women by saying that it prevents ovulation, but it certainly does not. So if these drugs only worked by preventing ovulation, there would be no need to alter the uterine lining, but they do because they are designed to ensure that if fertilization occurs, the newly conceived human being cannot implant and will die. The pharmaceutical industry and Dr. Dia knows this. The doctors prescribing these drugs know this, yet they manipulate language, redefine conception as implantation instead of fertilization, and deceive women into believing that these drugs merely prevent pregnancy instead of ending a human life. This isn't accidental. This isn't just a side effect. The altered endometrium exists for one reason, right? To make sure that if life has begun, it doesn't survive. So that is the whole point. There's no other point. There's no other reason to have an altered endometrium. That is literally the point. There is zero reason other than killing babies to have an altered endometrium, right? And that's very that's what the pill does, right? That is what the pill does. It alters the endometrial lining. The baby cannot implant into the womb. The endometrium is not normal, so then the baby will die, right? A very healthy baby boy and baby girl, right? So this is a viable pregnancy, and you have to admit this is a viable pregnancy. This baby boy or baby girl could, and it's not just the baby boy or the baby girl. It's the grandchildren of these babies that will, not survive, and the great grandchildren and the entire bloodline there. So let's say, for example, I am a father, but if I would have died because of the altered endometrium, right? The cause of death is an altered endometrium caused by birth control drugs. I wouldn't had my children. Right? So this is literally the entire reason that this is the design. This is the thing that people don't understand. Very important here. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.